Hello, I'm Don Grassi. I'm the director, creator, and writer for the Thomas Sonic Show. And the Don Grassi stands for DOMNIC RSSI, which stands for Rossi, Bring Imagination to Life, but Donnie starts with no K. Anyway, so we're here for the anniversary of Haunted Monster Universe, which oddly enough at this moment, it was a 1 year anniversary, and so it was a third anniversary of the Thomas Sonic Show, and I was actually excited to celebrate it. So where to start? It's always hard to do with these commentaries because it's actually pretty much more incredible to do so I just want to go jump right in. So I always knew I wanted to start this one really, and like a bit really different from the other stories. I remember like very early on that I started making like Halloween Havoc in the year of 2023 of Halloween. And some stuff that really happened from this, it was just some cool concepts from what Halloween games there were going to be, like Nowhere Railways and Sword Art Online or Locals Online. And it's the original conception of this. It's just like really something to have like base stories and different scene representations. And it's just like, it was kind of fun, but like, you know, it's like, I always wanted to feel like having more like in a different kind of way of an option. Now, this entire opening scene, one of the things I do remember is that I want this to be inspired by Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, but not like the same reference as a rip-off horror movie. And for what I really did is that I always wanted to have some things that happen in this opening echo later in the movie when the engines were really facing a mysterious and returned evil. And that really happened from the beginning or at the end of season 2 of the Thomas and Sonic Show, because I did this last and pretty much want to make sure like, well, this was just chock full of references to the whole sequence. But that's just like a drive through I wanted to have, you know, because I wanted to make things have more than one use and to go look back, and it just wanted to make like them more incredible to have. But like the setup was like pretty much more different as it was. And for that, it's just like pretty cool. But it's the fact that like in the aftermath of season 3 and 4 of the multiverse, how it happened at the end of season 3 and the beginning of season 4, it's like significantly makes sense of how the engines were in the different places. So like at this point, you can see how Thomas Wilbur Daisy has escaped. And I was like, all right, how could you possibly know that the engines are still in the sheds? What could possibly go wrong? So like problem 1, or fact 1, that the engines in the Tim sheds were safe because you would think especially that because like last year events that they be hyper aware like where Thomas and the others are at all times, and the other moments that have the events were just like different ways, but it's like they're like a bit different but in like a different style. This entire main title, I remember like watching Goosebumps to Haunted Halloween on Netflix, and I started to think like I just want to thought like, okay, wait, why can't I just use like the music into this special? And I thought it would be like a reference thing, like the one from Goosebumps to Haunted Halloween. And in fact, you know, I usually during the year of junior year at the school, I started to work on some other stuff, and I started making like Haunted Monster Universe title, and I remember like doing that, like making soundtracks in school and vacation and during classroom. It's like a perfect moment of having those in this. But you know, it's really cool because like every time like I work hard because I would never know the fact that I've always wanted to work hard on this. You look at the background, you can see all the pictures from T61 and D199 and from Tom Toys and Dudley from Trains. And they were like cameos in this one, but I did all kinds of research of like how to have these posters coming up and set it up. And I took all those pictures to have at this moment. So even though Dennis was never the lazy Diesel, because he was not lazy in the third season, or the second season, the second season of the Thomas and Sonic Show. He wanted to be like a really useful Diesel and try to be like more incredible the way he would be, and he just wanted to be like more in a different kind of Diesel, but not in a lazy way. And I feel like now how it is exactly how I want the audience to know how it would be, but it took like so much ideas to go from when you come across. But you know, I actually started to like film this like during 2024, during in May, I think, and October, when almost in the end of Halloween. So I started to like set up the updates of how it would be, and I was like, oh, okay, hold on a second, I just want to try something else. And the whole thing of Dennis pulling a train and living on the siding was when Paxton would be able to get it, but it's just something I want to came up with. This was the very first thing that when Dennis was not being lazy, but he took like a lot of rest for all of his positions for doing like works and job sites, and it's like all the stuff that I pretty much wanted to work on. And so like feel like for him, he just wanted to feel like more complicated as it was before, but not really complicated. But part of that story of Dennis, like, is that he didn't want to be really lazy because why? He just want to be lazy now. I mean, he doesn't want to be lazy from here. So I pretty much had to come up with what was another idea, something that doesn't really have for laziness and self-righteousness and other times the stuff in screen time, but its outcome furthers the bigger plot of this one. So I thought, like, okay, hold on a second, why can't I just have it here? So let's just have that over here and have Dennis not to be the lazy diesel in season 2. And when there's no way that he wanted to be that lazy. So it's not so much about it's like, okay, what do I want him to be, lazy or not lazy? I want to have it for later. It's about Dennis, the not lazy diesel, but, you know. And it's great, but, you know. The voice of Bear is played by number 12 Engine. I started looking for auditions for Bear from 2024 in the beginning of the year, and I started to look for some other stuff like that. So I decided to give number 12 Engine's audition to Bear, because why not? Because I just wanted to have like more energy into it, but it's like different options. But you know, I just pretty much wanted to wait for that.
Which is everyone you cared for.
Okay, now Alfred, I just didn't want to, you know, I feel for Alfred, I just wanted to have his final story and his final appearance in this, because he did it when he appeared in season 3 in the last summer of 2023.
You shouldn't have.
I thought about having him just to have his last appearance in this, so it just doesn't feel like way more different. But it's like, okay, he's just done, but why not just not have him there anymore? So it's like the whole thing, like he wants to go. So I probably want to think like what he would do next. And the Diesel's like, even though if they were afraid of ghosts, like you could just see how Alfred was passing by.
We have to warn the controller. You know he will help us, right? Indeed, mate. And we got some heroes to help us out.
And who will that be exactly?
I like how that like 13 is wearing the Jason mask, because I pretty much thought like if 13 Unlucky Engine would get the same mask, I thought it would be really funny.
And the Steamies are having a wonderful time.
Now this entire party at Timothy's Sheds, it was a bit different as it was from before, but all the stuff that were really different, I believe, they were just like different ones. Yeah, but you could see Sonic and the others wearing different costumes as they are before,
No, I haven't met him since.
and it was pretty cool to have. But then the Sonic Green Hill Zone world, I started to look for some costumes of how it would look, and I was like, okay, why can't I just have those costumes be in the scene? And it was just great, but it's just pretty awesome. And you can see Jinty and the Scottish Twins in the background as they appeared. And Thomas was the voice of my number 1 favorite star, Sonic the Mobian Scene. When he did his audition in 2023, and when I started working on season 2, and when season 1 ended, I thought I wanted to have like more seasons in the future. And I thought like, okay, why can't I just have like more seasons beyond for the future? But like, why not? And I really looked for some laughing audio stock, like, and this is laughing funny audio stock. But I was like, okay, thank you. Can I get that? It's like the collective silence of Thomas. I was like, oh gosh, people are laughing at this. I always want to feel like having the engines like to laugh at Thomas because he got jump scared by Pug because he was really funny like from the waist up. At one point, he tried having another costume, like for a way he wanted to find one. It's just, similar thing, like he wanted to have like another different one. I realized like everyone never knows what's gonna happen for him. It's trying to kind of get rid of everything like just quickly as possible, and all the stuff that he wanted to wear, like a different costume, like different ones, like the Railway Series Thomas toy, but like at a different anniversary, I think. Like I really think it's like one of those like exciting, cool costumes for Thomas because it's not like any other thing. It's like you didn't want to have to find anything else you wanted to have, but like every single time you wanted to watch it, it's just like okay, why not? You just want to feel like having it. So I just very much thought it would be fun, but like in a good way.
Some of my engines told many stories about the Little Blue Engine. I heard that he was...
Now, the Little Blue Engine, I thought I wanted to have a cameo, is that the Red Engine wanted to tell a story about the Red Engine as the monster under the shed, which was really inspired by one of my favorite YouTubers that I remember watching was the Blue Snowplow, who was the creator of The Horrors of Holland Lake. He did a pretty great job of creating the series that he did. It was actually incredible, and when I started watching it, I just completely lost my mind, and it's just like pretty scary. But it's like stuck with me. Like I watched that movie, and it was like the middle of the day. Like I was gonna go see it like on afternoon after school. And it was like the middle of the day, and I watched, and I could swear to God it was the jump scares just on me. Because like the rest of my day is just like scary, but in like a great way because I'm still pretty good. Like, like every time it's like, because every time I watch the episodes or parts of that, like part 1 through 5 as the rail split space, or split face, I think. I started to like watch that every time. Like everything was just pretty cool when I started watching it, and it was actually cool. And I just very much watched it because I would go with that.
Brother.
Maybe, yes. Besides, it's Halloween after all.
As a tire line reference, also from the one from Mutant Punks Outer Space from Monsters vs. Aliens. That's like perfectly cool as all things should be. If you listen carefully in the background, notice that it's the theme of This Is Halloween by Nico Strains. He did very well of having the theme of Halloween just to be as it was, and perfectly awesome as all things should be.
And please be careful out there, Diesel.
I don't mind him. He's about to be with all of his friends at Vickerstown when he gets there anyways.
I hope he doesn't get spooked like Duck.
Now, with Diesel and the other engines, one of the other things that I remember having was that when I started to think like having Diesel, I started like remember having Diesel voice Victor Tanzing in the first season, and it's just pretty cool. And the other part of having Tim of Works 3D voicing Castle and Barry, they're just like really good auditions because funny about this one, because like after I set up that casting call for part 3, I was like all worked up and I was sitting in tents for the rest of the day. But when the day ended, like I was like really super stressed because I was trying to work hard and try to get some scripts done. And I was sitting like in my chair, but I was like trying to sit like both ways. And then I was just like trying to feel like getting like more time to get some scripts done. And I guess like those are really cool moments. I still like pretty much worked hard, but for the next day. But it's just like also not recommended for me having some no school time off for this. But I was looking forward to this one. I knew it was going to be really easy. I don't know when I was going there, but I just didn't want to feel like more stressed. But it's just like something else. Now for the jazzy theme of Thomas. Oh my gosh. It was also made by Angel Pyro Productions because when I started to meet him in the year of 2021, and I've been a huge fan of his videos, I started like remember voice acting in this Halloween special in 2021 is Thomas and Timothy. It's really, really, really incredible to have like co-actors to have, but you know, it's like really incredible. It's just awesome. You know, one of the things I do remember having, like, trying to make like some like early phases of like making films that they would like give it a timeline to just feel like saying like, okay, I just want to work like a timeline on my computer because I just thought like, okay, why not just work on my computer because I just want to work it like in a different option. But I remember when I started to work on that timeline on Discord, it was just like too many words. And when I started to think like that, and I'll just be like, wait a second, like, oh my gosh, I want to think like making a timeline myself, but I just like, it could be like totally different. But I was really surprised that the timeline and the arcs that I made was just pretty much something because I just wanted to feel like having more ideas to that. I just want to have like more awesome stuff. You know, it's just like the millennium of like watching this, but you know, like all I wanted to like watch this, but it's just awesome.
Except last time, we stopped that evil hedgehog's name.
And now the conductor from the Sonic the Hedgehog Wikipedia on fandom, I started to feel like that if he wanted to help Sodor to have a better future, then I just feel like, okay, why can't I just have him being in this? And then, like, it's like one of the cool things about having him is that I just wanted to like have these characters like more incredible to think for what it would be like, and it's just like pretty awesome. Like, you know, I just wanted to like have more ideas to this and like knowing well what's going on like whatsoever.
All right, Castle. You and Greedo are ready to go.
Right here then. Here we go.
Now, Timothy, Castle, and Barry, one of the cool things about having this is that they were pulling a train separately from this, and it was pretty cool. I always knew what I would have them to because I wanted them to have such great opinions and great skills for each other, but none of them, like, they just wanted to work out the same way. But I feel like now how it is exactly how I want the audience, how I want it to feel like it would be, but it took like so much ideas like you want it to come across.
Great. We're about to slow down. So be
And,
prepared.
you know, for the first time I remember hearing Timberworks 3D's voice for the first time, I feel like that he did very well for voicing Barry and Timberworks 3D, and it was already the story, how I pretty much wanted to work hard for these cool stories to have, but I just want to feel like, okay, why can't I just have him here? So, that has had to be that and me having Timberworks 3D joining in the show on the year of 2024, and I just feel like okay, like why can't I just have him join in, and okay, he would be really happy to join, and then us ending up actually doing that and the voice acting cast was actually a completely good way to have just to cool things in a production. But I pretty much like how it really cool how awesome it would be because Timberworks 3D that he heard about the show. He did his auditions from different characters, but he did pretty great. And I pretty much was like, okay, why can't I just like hold my auditions for a casting call and like whatsoever? But let's not like try to feel like having more audition characters to have or to make it peak. And who would be voicing? You know, like first of all, you wanted to have like a different voicing actor just to have like more characters to, if you want to hold your auditions for another time.
Be careful.
And then it came down to just there's like only like a couple of characters and voice actors that actually go play that part, and I was thrilled to have that here. And you know, I feel like it's like, oh wait, it's like the moment I actually remember like the time. I mean, like when I heard his auditions of Barry and Timberworks 3D and Jeff Castle, I mean his auditions were goated. And I can still hear his auditions like over and over and over again. You just want to like hear his amazing audition to have, but you know, like he did like pretty much cool. Like he did like Patrick the Diesel, and certainly like Megatrain and Galvatrain, and so is the Transformers. I think all the stuff like that. I think it's like, you know, I think that's how it goes.
Oh dear, driver, back up
Now the Slender Engine. Okay, I want to save this. Slender Engine. He made it appear. He didn't even appear in this. So I thought of like when I started having him added early on. I originally wanted to have like be halfway across there, but I thought it'd be like making it more efficient, so you never know what was going to happen here or what will happen to this one. So I was like, immediately, I said, well, why can't I just have the Slender Engine be appearing over here in this one?
What's that sound?
But it's funny, like, you know, I just feel like, oh, okay, like first of all, he needs like to wait because I have him here, because, but why not? He wants to be more scary.
Oh dear, we're coming in too hot!
Whoa, 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 whoa! Slow down, you two! What in the devils is going on with you two?
It's the Slender Engine! It's here! It's come to get us!
I beg your pardon?
It's true, Barry. It's just, we saw it, and we ran away as fast as we can.
Now, this was the thing in production that I actually did, and that they were telling the story of how they met the Slender Engine, and that, I believe, that was like really something I pretty much want to add to this one. You know, it's just, it's like 49 and a half hours, like, it's like, not like too many hours.
Oh my! This cannot.
Now, this was the scene I actually started to work on because the engines were surprised that Thomas was telling them what really happened.
To make a strike G with 3 objectives. Secure the area, set up the battle stations, and neutralize any agents still loyal to this mess.
We knew that, like, we had to have the engines and the Steam team helping out together, knowing what's going to happen next for the future and beyond. Because, like I had to have the engines, like, to be ready for something that had to face the impossible. And they tried to make, like, strange and separate stories. And I just want to, like, feel like having them in a different story. But, you know, it's, like, pretty much something. But it's, like, nah, it's, like, oh my gosh, like, how do you want to make this?
If we want to help the
and Tails was voiced by Red Engine Bobby, of course. Because I basically tried to look for more actors, just like having them here. And I really wanted to remind this,
what happens with these engines changes things.
like very early on, that I'm pretty much glad that he did voice Harvey in the Thomas the Sonic show in season 4. And it was like last summer that it was, but also it's actually incredible.
My friend Henry thinks the forest.
But it's also really something I really want to feel like. But I pretty much like I had to want it to feel like having like more details, like having more story arcs or story plans. But it's like really like something. But like, you know, this could be like something else, like to have the story, and then we go with it. This song, okay, okay, I want to say, speaking of like the Slender Engine and other stuff, I did a song cover for Survivor Five Nights, so is Steelworks 3D, and the song was originally the one from Random Encounters, FNAF the Musical, the one with Markiplier, Matt, Pat, and the other guys, I think from YouTube, showing that I pretty much watched for the first time when I hear the song, and for the moment, like for last year, I've already tweeted it or posted it. So like, if you follow me on YouTube, you would have seen my demo of having the song cover of Survivor Five Nights, which I think is great. And then I try midway from here. I didn't want to feel like doing it, but you know, I just very much feel like doing this. Because I've been hyped for this one doing it here. And I remember I tried to like finish the script like so many times. I was trying to finish it because when I was working hard with my fingers typing it, it's just like working there and there. And it already had like there. And you know, it was like halfway there, and I was like, okay, why can't I just have this already done? And I was like, alright, I'm now finishing right here, as you might want to know what I'm doing. And this one, later on, I don't remember exactly how I say this, but I pretty much really feel like for me, I just want to get like this done in no time, and I was like pretty much cool. And I just want to be like, okay, oh my gosh, I want to get this done and get this filming, and I was like, yeah, and check my friend after this. And like, but there's like a thing that I actually do remember, and I do remember like the time I was like, okay, I'm like trying so many times. I showed this to because I just pretty much want to show this to everyone on YouTube and Discord, so it's needed for the rest of the story. I got done with that song, and I showed it to Pathway Films because he was surprised of how I did my work, and I was like, oh my god, I need to post on YouTube, but I need to wait until it's ready. And I was like, and don't do it right now, but I need to wait until it's ready. Now, 13, okay, he did his job, and now he wants to take pasture train. So, like, why was just, like, the only time I pretty much want to feel like, and I feel like for this one, it's like, okay, why can't I just have, like, this moment from here? And it's, like, something else. And I just feel like, okay, I just want to feel like having it. Like, that, like, or also, it's, like, something that was, like, really going on. But, like, however, it's just, like, more different stuff to have, but like having 13 going into the wrong direction, it's like probably like the crux of the story, like that happens.
Huh? What's going on? I don't know, but let's keep it slow and make sure that no one is about to stop us or haunt us.
And this entire viaduct thing that I actually did remember having, I started to feel like having this production to be done. And so by this point, I'll be like, okay, I just want to feel like having 13 look around, knowing what was happening, and seeing what was going on. And when his face changed, that was like really cool mixed transitions.
Well, come out.
And this entire glitch moment I pretty much having is that I pretty much just put like too many much camera shakes and glitches and jitterings. I think like the cool effects that like make my eyes blind or something, like all the flashing lights. This really captured the cool thing from one of those incredible shots that they have, and it's like something like, you know, it's like pretty cool. And I like how the way that 13 runs and the way he goes in the Black Shadow. There is the song of the one and only Boo Boo Choo Choo.
I have no idea.
And I mentioned at the time I actually did remember like singing Boo Boo Choo Choo in a song cover I did from last summer. This whole entire song was actually the one I actually remember watching on Thomas and the Jet Ninja DVD, and when I started like watching that so many times, it's like pretty much incredible to have, and I'm like all sorts of like, okay, oh my gosh, I want to try this here. So like at the point I actually tried is that I really did very well from those cool, incredible songs to have, and I was the one who really did singing pretty well from on my computer with a microphone. But when I went 2 microphones, they were getting a different option. But when I started like having 2 microphones, okay, why 2 microphones? But like, okay, I'm gonna have like one that has better sound, one that doesn't have noise cancellation.
13, slow down. What's going on? It's him. Oh dear.
And that's intentional, but like that was pretty cool. And you know, because I always like watching Thomas and Friends, like everything has to be really incredible.
Whoever did this.
And it's just really great.
And we're doing this tonight.
And there's Birdie passing by. Oh, okay, wait. Now I get into one of those. Thank goodness I thought of like, an idea. Having I have like an actual point where I really have Birdie getting voiced by Five Nights at Ray's Studios. And it dawned on me that half the reason it was so fun to watch Five Nights at Ray's join the cast and because he did pretty well with his audition. And by having him voice with something like this, it brought back my idea, because that was like not like a fundamental problem. Like every time like he did very well with audition of having Birdie the Bus for voicing in, like he did very well with his audition. I was like, oh my god, I want to try it. And what was great is that I wanted to feel like having him in this one, and it's like first thing, it's pretty cool. Like it was really cool. And come on, I'm always a fan of his videos, and everything I watched was pretty much cool. And I wanted to do this. It's just what's meant to be. And this was the work Diesel pulling his special train. It's so peak, but like a cameo sneak peek character.
We must wait here until everything goes away. To be honest, I agree. If these ghosts are here or anywhere, it poses a threat. They can take our minds and control us.
We must lie low and make sure that no one manipulates us.
Oh, yes.
Now, Duncan was played by one of my favorite actors, the nostalgic multiverse Alex. Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. For him having voiced Duncan came by the first production in season 2. When I started to feel like having him voice Duncan is that I pretty much want to have my idea for season 2, like having Duncan meet the Phantom Express or all that stuff, and I think it was awesome. And it was like, actually something I pretty much want to watch, but I pretty much like did all kinds of research of like having him there. And it was actually great because I learned a lot of lessons that having him to join in for the series is because Dad insisted for more characters because the Phantom Express, it was on, as you all know, you might want to watch this, it was from the original Cuphead game. But it's like every time I was going to go like in the Phantom Express, it's like just blew my mind when it goes. And we're like, okay, tell me, like, would the Phantom Express scare Duncan in the special? Because, you know,
what's the rush?
when I started to have 13, I started doing my job, and I did pretty well for 13 when I actually started to have him here. And I started to think, like, okay, am I going to have him for this? And it gave me the idea for having 13 just tell for backup and have more plans for what's going to happen next. And so that would just be like having more heroes and other species and go in it. This sequence I was really proud of. I don't know. It's like probably like in a different way as it was, but like ironic enough, it's like incredible to see as it goes. But like when I started to think like that, it's just like incredible to see how it really goes as the way it was. But like it's just like something, but it's like pretty incredible. And with Eclipse, I thought I wanted to have them like in a different way because I just thought I wanted to have the appearance of the Halloween special, but it's pretty cool.
Don't worry, Thomas. Me and my crew are about to prepare some threat to attack the island.
There were things in the Thomas and Sonic Show Halloween special I could not possibly have done in this one, in seasons 1, 2, 3, and Return to the Engine first. One of the things I actually did remember making this is like that. I feel like the whole entire moment of having different stories and have more details of the characters. And I think, like, you know, in every time, I think one of the cool things to have like this is like really incredible to have like have more characters in gaming and all the stuff in the same way. But I feel like now is a good time to feel like having more than this. It's like having like more attention, but it's like, okay, why not have more characters to that? And Mega Sonic, okay, the Mark II I've been wanted to search for many times, and several times I think. It's just like pretty cool. And that was just also like someone else, like who's taking the role, I think, from another casting call. And all that stuff, and that's just like pretty much something. And I was like, okay, why can't I just have like something like this? And I remember like still thinking like, gosh, I just assumed that as the way it was from before, and it was like actually pretty incredible.
This new look is pretty cool.
Thanks. Just had
Now Sonic's costumes are like Sonic the Monster Hunter, Amy with her hammer, Rouge the Bowslinger, and Tails as a knight, and Knuckles wearing a Monster Hunter costume was actually one of the cool ideas I had in mind, because I thought like, okay, like why can't I have like those costumes? Like they just want to feel like having more details to this. Like it like literally like it's just like completely lost the mind like how it would go. But I just feel like it would be like a different option to have. But it's like really incredible to see how it would be like. But it's like, okay, why not have it there?
There he is.
I love the ghost of, or not the ghost, but Alfred coming in. It's like pretty cool. It's like really something to have like him being the appearance of the character, and the way it just appears like this. It's just like
make
something.
a move yet.
Okay, let's wait for the signal and... Timothy? Timothy!
is he doing?
Now, Timothy going to Alfred and Neil as well. I started to feel like having them to know him for years because Timothy knows him from so many times, or several times, I might add.
Don't you start with me, demon.
And that pretty much somehow looks way less different, I think, like the other ones. It's I pretty much feel like it's a bit different. But speaking of things like for Neil knowing him, like that just kind of looks goated, but like spooky in a way. But with him returning, and I didn't want to feel like having that, I pretty much want to have like another return villain, and there he goes. Yes, the return of Infinite.
Infinite? How? We killed him, right?
So glad I brought him back.
Wait, what do you mean by brought him?
You know, I said I'm trying to have like more characters. It's much more incredible to have what it be like, and it's like pretty much cool. While like there he goes, he appears, and like but there's just like no other way to have like this. Like it's like this kind of like an obvious solution. Now for Alfred, okay, when he made the appearance cameo in season 2, at the end, I think at the flashback, I thought of like having him return of this power of Infinite to return, because I thought of like having him to appear and giving like more darkness in him and the others. And I thought of like this, when he started like to give him tasks, like the second like he wants to have something else that he hasn't done before, he would feel like okay, why can't I just like have him like more stuff like this to happen as it wasn't before? And I pretty much tried like using those shots in season 4 when I started to feel like okay, because I just want to feel like for T61 like D261's driver, like by having him different as it was.
You all and your friends will never exist.
Oh no! Timothy? Are you okay?
We knew that like I had to have Timothy be more terrified as it was, but he wants to be more angry at the B12 as for what he caused his actions from before and a couple of years back. And it's like no more attention to that.
Is that you got?
And I feel like the entire battle has begun with the monsters from the Engineverse that happens. It started like at like one level and started like this. But I think the biggest problem I had in the story structure of that, for like at the end of the special, was the end of that where the another villain appears and it's coming its way from another season, and like it pretty much felt like off the air, and like there's just like no more attention to it. It was like problem solved, movie over. But I didn't want to have like too much structure where people wanted to feel like having more scared as it was, but like not like other post-credit scenes, but you know. But something happened to me in my head that it's very more clear that like the big battle of the scene is in the middle of that. Like it's always the end of it, like, you know. So like one of the things I actually do have problems for having Neil and Thomas go with Alfred and Timothy was like the second like he gets possessed, Timothy tries to stop him, and knowing it's like, okay, why can't I just have him stopped? And I had like too many ideas for what they would do next when they were all trying to feel, I guess, what they were doing. But I don't know. It's like not like trying to attack them, but it's like Alfred would say, like, "Look, I'm not just a villain. Like I'm trying to help. I'm on their side." So all it was, I wanted to help out because like I'm not even ready for what's gonna happen next. But I never asked for this. But then it's like, okay, why can't I just have like someone else to have? But it's just you know, but you know. Now let's talk about for a second is my intention for doing like other kind of Halloween scripts I did this summer. I try to get everything done I know. So people think that when they talk to you like inverbally, when they know what happened, that should be the title of the new titles. And like I could say that one of my great writers for this, they did pretty well for the other concept writing scripts. Well, you know, one of the things I do with editing is that, like you hear a line and you'll be like, I don't know what they would say. It's just like, each time I make changes, they say do this and do that. It's like pretty much cool. It's like having other kinds like this, you know, like mind-numbing jigsaw puzzle. But anyway, so then I come in after I was done with this work, I'll be like, I was my mom and be like, okay, you know what, Mom, I don't know if I can do like some other stuff or chores like this, but let me do like some other stuff like my channel. Like, it just want to be something as it was before. So one of that I did was the battle, which was the head of the final battle. And so the scene is that like Alfred is now out of Infinite's possession of him being controlled as a monster. Like he was like not like that. As he starts like you know, to like charge them like up the wazoo. Like any other characters, like they would feel like him stopping him once and for all, because he was in his possession or his dark side, and having Mimic and Rouge and Knuckles appear and stop him, by the way, for having knowing it. So it's like, okay, why can't I just have like stop for just a second, and then they like get rid of the stuff, and then the guys will be like, that's it, that's the whole thing, yeah, that's it, and I'll enjoy my 4-hour ride home on Birdie the bus. Like,
take this. What?
And which I really did, and it's like really hard to have.
You can do it.
Instead, like I wasn't even able to think like what it was, but I just feel like what it would be. And as they would call me there, because they would just like cut the whole entire moment to have, and I never be able to figure out how Infinite would get like his possession of like fighting Sonic's heroes and all the others. But anyway, throughout its life, cool heroes and enemies or joining together, but not Eggman. As the other species, they will just like constantly join on Sonic's and the Steam Team's side on the island. And I was like, okay, why can't I just have like join in? But here's the best part of the story. Like they just don't mind it. Like that's a cool part of the story. Like it's actually like be confirmed. You know, like all the characters by actually knowing for too many times. But so anyway, I started to feel like having like those characters to join in. They would like have more power to have to stop them for stopping Infinite.
You think you can just mess with my friends?
So what is their power? As my friends would know, I would tell you what the power, but I just want to know what their power would be for this. Because that could be like really something I want to have, but you know. But I just want to pretty much hit like for like the 5 bullet right now. Like no, like their power, like the spell is the one for the Dragon Prince, and the one spell they already did was a powerful dark wet or powerful explosion, and it's like something else. And they'd be like, no, but no one says that.
Don't mind them; they'll be fine. We must hurry until.
Yeah, this is the cool edit for. I pretty much want to have like Green Arrow be like, okay, why can't I just have like this? But anyway, one of the great things here is that I really have those new characters as kind of like they like make an appearance as they would join and help the fights. But the fact that like these characters in these Sonic books are like the craziest, they're like incredible stuff to have, and they're like join the sides. They're the only things they can actually help any other characters to have, but they pretty much want to have like more of them because they wouldn't have.
Me either.
I really can't believe I really just added Ray and Emerald from the Sonic Wikipedia on fandom. And I was like, well, it's for someone like, well, it's a bit, I want to call like more bad or anything else. But because I originally looked like Welcome to the Stevie's Club Monster, which was inspired from It Chapter 1 2017. I kind of want to make like more like a new type of audio mixer reference. I want it to feel like the fact that like those characters actually wanted to stop what Infinite's doing right now in return. And my friends and my uncles actually are like a fan of like seeing my channel as they came in to watch some cool stuff to have what was going to happen. But people would feel like I don't really understand why it was bad that the ghosts were trying to haunt memories, because it even looked so bad to me, because it was kind of all formed like knowing what was really happening next and the way it does before, and so because of that, I just pretty much want to have like Mephiles and the others during the fight, like, you know, because I would say, okay, yes, I want to have them join the fight, and this battles are like more battle of the fights as they were before, and it's the way it was, because, you know, I didn't want to feel like having more kind of like the whole type environment for having that, but like I just didn't want to feel like having more confused options or delays or something.
Alright, we did it, didn't we?
I say I like how that Infinite disappears without a trace or vanishes without a trace. It's like really something to have like this, but you know, I just pretty much what I want to know, because like, you know, because when the headline is Infinite, the Nemesis is missing, then they have the quote on the bottom, which is like, who would stop him from this? Like, you know, because I think it's like pretty much cool to have like this, but you know, it's like in a different way, but yeah.
Oh, please, Alfred. You're the only one who killed all of us. Then who did it?
I was possessed.
Wait, possessed how?
This was the flashback from Alfred that he really gets a chance to know what really happens for what Infinite was going to do next by telling the other guys, and I had that done, and then later on I started having like more details to that, but it's also great, like, though another diametric opposite from Alfred's story, he was making a final appearance from this Halloween special, but I thought of like having him in a different kind of style for what he would be like in this, just like having more stuff to happen. And the way, like, how Infinite would be like, okay, he's coming here, he's going to possess someone I do not know, and the way it just lost my mind.
You idiot!
In my original conception of this, when I started working on my phone, it was originally the characters of Sonic's friends actually want to try to corner him and stop him there, and there was like pretty much like out of options, like what was going to happen next. And there was actually another something I actually started watching on my phone. I've been watching that like over and over many times, like so many references. Actually come up with this idea, like, okay, let's have Sonic use his sword and stab him Infinite in the chest. Like, that was like pretty much something like stab him through the heart and everything. And it's like pretty much more something else. Like, no one's ever done that before, because no one ever stopped him from before, like during the battle, like stabbed him like too many times in the heart, like 2 times. But like the fact is, you know how Infinite will be like the weakest villain, but not like any other weakest villain, but you can say this. He was powerful in Season 2, and any other kind of Sonic story that's based on video games, but the one thing that really makes sense is that because you'll be able to know what's going to happen next with the story, like having to know what was going to happen to Infinite when he tries to take over Sodor again. However, he doesn't take control of Sodor when the engines were stopping him from nothing. Like, that's just like something else in my head. But it's like the fact that like in that story, it's like having more details to this.
Never have done.
As much as there were.
Cruel to all of you and your friends. I have watched Infinite walk down such a dark path, and I sent him on it. I am to blame. I finally see that now, with my eyes open, I also see you.
This whole entire talk of Timothy's apology was
so
like
much.
really like the most emotional moments to have, but and I should say, like, this entire apology moment was actually shocked, considering how the story would be.
Found the right path.
And honestly, for the way of Timothy's confrontation of Alfred was kind of like more something that was
sorry that I
released today.
betrayed you many years ago.
It's like one of the most saddest and the most memorable things to happen.
Thomas,
Sonic!
And it's like really sad as it was, but it's like different. But you know,
Sonic?
My calculations on the them still alive. I'm not sure where to find them. I hope that they survive.
and I feel like the moment of having Amy walking and almost crying a little bit, in his feelings or her emotion, it's like everything was like more different, but it's like really sad to know what was going to happen
Is
next.
someone coming towards us?
And it's like having more options, but like more intention to this.
Is that?
And like that's just something. And now the one true hero has come back. Okay, yes. So during that battle of Infinite, during the aftermath, Sonic finally gets to be with Amy again, and it's just really beautiful to have this moment. I just want to feel like having like cool opportunities to have like this, but really in a beautiful way. And the engines were surprised to see how
He's been possessed.
this would be, and the other option to have, but like
true
in
heart
different
in
ways.
himself.
There's just like other. Are there like any like other kind of options that you want to have, like or something? Like, what would you do? Like what would he would do?
Well, welcome home, Alfred. I agree. Welcome home.
And it's like really like the greatest moment, like the best things to happen. Like it's like really cool to happen like this. And I like how this like during that aftermath of during this, it's like when no one ever else gets to see like something like this. It's like really cool, like you have like knowing what the engines would do, and you're just like winning. And you know, even with this entire moment to have like that, it's like really incredible to know what's gonna happen like this. It's gonna be like really cool to have like entire things to happen like this. And it's like really incredible.
And I wish I can apologize to you, but
Don't worry. You can still make it up to us.
you know what?
You know, like I had to feel like having like more
Who wants to have a
details, like in the future. I mean, like, but you know,
The smell of this
because like
a figure?
I think it generally goes with my being of like knowing was. I don't know. It's like probably like something, but I just like okay. Am I gonna just have like this ending, having the end just have won the battle, and like having like Wilbert voiced in this? Like he was also voiced by Far Cry Productions. As you all know, people might be watching this. He was the voice of Wilbert. And so we got like get this. He did like pretty well. It was a great audition for Wilbur, and he did pretty great.
On the other hand, we've been working all night.
Now Thomas and Timothy, okay, I feel like I wanted to have like wear like different costumes, but like I got done with that because I want Thomas to actually wear like a different livery to have, because I just have like this idea, like if Timothy can wear a black livery, why not Thomas wear his own livery I have, because I pretty much want to have this like this to be done like be halfway across that, but I was like making it more efficient and never knowing what was going to happen like next during that. I was like immediately, and I said, well, why can't I just have like Thomas and Timothy wear different costumes during the Halloween party as it already started? And where they go, we don't know what's going to happen.
Welcome back, old chap. How was your...
Now those mainland diesels, or unnamed diesels, I might add,
It might just have been the
how do I start?
I've had the misfortune
I started to feel like having those different diesel engines that I've been working on the mainland, Vickers-Town, and like all this cool stuff, sounds and stuff. And I thought like, well, this is definitely another way, but like have like all those diesels to be in a different kind of way, and I had like this entire moment to have like them, and of course they had to join working on different railways. And Austin, the editor, one of the cool voice actors, he did an amazing job. He did like a script editor of Haunted Monster in the Engineverse, and he did pretty great. And I remember like in the script, I felt really shocked because I didn't want to have like more detail to have like this. And you know, I just pretty much want to feel like that. Like there's also like different like kind of skins that a Diesel would have, like different, you know, like different ones to have. But it's also like which is based on that, because like actually, you know, when I have him there, you know, when Diesel actually did pretty well, like having it, like, you know, like different kind of ways. And it's all something I pretty much want to like, because there's like different ones, like one delivery 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And by that, it's just like more incredible to have what it would be like. And you know, and I usually have like a big, you know, hurrah from at the end of the movie. It's like pretty incredible to have. I pretty much have thought about having like this from before.
They're making silly little fairy tales up. Whatever next? The big kettle tries the same thing to escape.
And the old kettle, I feel like it's the one with Oliver, and I feel like it's like different ones. I think. Actually no, wait, it's the one from Oliver, which I might remember like perfectly cool as all things should be.
Yes. I guess it is my time now that I shall be making my return. I may as well make my visit prepared to see how he is running along. And all these engines
and now,
have betrayed me.
the new villain coming up. Dudley is one of the most, I could say, one of the most vagrant engines that people have seen. He was so devious. He used to work at Northwestern Railway, and I think he was sent away before because of his tricks, and I was just shocked. But I need to set him like pretty much like by putting him apart as he was like coming back, and it's like pretty much shocking. But you know, and here comes the. He also by Timberworks 3D also voiced by Dudley, which I'll save for another time. But yeah, and it fades to black, and it's like okay, why not have him later for this? But okay. Now this entire end credits. Okay, I mentioned I mentioned that Five Nights at Ray's character I was talking about. He did pretty well. I mean, he did ask me about did I do this all by myself, and I said like yes, I did. And this entire credit scene was also inspired by Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and I'm like all sorts of like okay, why not just like have like this reference to be coming up. But with a different way, I just saw what it would be like from this, and I just didn't want to feel like having like more, you know, like copyrights for this one. But I just pretty much want to feel like this would be like inspired for this one, and I'm like all sorts of like okay, am I gonna just like do this right now? But like this entire moment, I thought of like those are like just one of the cool things to have when I started to look for some stuff and I was like busy filming and being all rushed up for things, and I just wanted to, you know, I just feel like having more stuff to have because it's like everything is pretty incredible. Like everything is just like happen to happen, or things that should happen. But you know, just saying. And when I started to work on some other stuff like this, like all cool things, I think it's like perfectly awesome is the way it should be. And don't get me wrong, because this is like a cool credit contrast. Any exterior transition shot looks pretty incredible to have because if there's like something going on here, and I was like, okay, why can't I just like have something different? Now it's like not for like a long type of moment to have. And this entire special is also based from the Haunted Hollows arc, which was my idea because the thing about this, because I think because it was also more different to the others, I think, because the story is like more so like different other kinds of stuff that happen, because with the way that happened from before, I'm just like, okay, why can't I just make like other stories from this? But it's funny, like when you try to feel like making like more of those stories and the way you worked on it, nowadays it's like not for like that, like for like a long type of this. So like that's what I would like just pick, I think, because I feel like everything was like more like it's value, but it's like actually incredible. But it's just pretty much awesome. Like everything is just on track. And you know, when I started working on this one, I think the big goal for me was to make like something incredible. It was to have everything, had a good story, but like cool characters and everything else, and that would make them laugh. But to have the main characters cool. Not just like that, but it's also incredible to see how it does. And it really is great to have like this, because when I started working on it, me and George Ranjan have been working some episodes for season 1, and we did pretty cool. And when I started to think like that, it's like, okay, why can't I just like work on this? But I just want to feel like I have like more ideas, more stuff to have, and you know, it's actually pretty cool because I want to feel like becoming as a director, George Ranjan, the creator, and me as a creator as myself, and everyone's excited to have their hands in the project because, you know, like that's just really incredible to have. Like I just want to feel like I have like more stuff, but you know what I mean? Because I'd be like sitting alone in my room, just like making like commentaries. Like that's like a cool kind of way to have, but I just want to feel like having like cool options to have. And that's like pretty awesome. I just like making cool this representations thing, and it's just awesome. I just want to feel like having a great kind of way. But the cool thing is that when I started working on this, like, okay, I just want to feel like having like more stuff like this, but somehow I didn't feel like pretty much wanted to work on. But I pretty much wanted to feel like, okay, I just want to work on some stuff for my good ideas and some stuff like behind the scenes. So I'm like making like some like suggestions and stuff. I wanted to like get into the heart of what it would be like for the series. And it's like every like by the time that like I'm done is everybody's idea. Like it really is just like a band. Like it's like everyone just wanted to like, okay, I just want to feel like working on this, but like pretty cool. But you know, like each and every person that I always wanted to have, I just want to feel like working on. But it's like like every single time it's like this, I just didn't want to feel like I have like too much work going on, but I just want to feel like working at projects, like every project at a time. And it's like awesome to have like this, and it's pretty cool to have like that, but I really like to have like more stuff. But it also comes down from the top. I mean, like all my favorite actors to join in this, they did pretty well for singing, and they did very well. So thanks a lot for listening to this commentary. I did pretty well from cool things, but I hope I'll see you in another commentary. Oh, one thing. While I'm going to do this ending, I'm going to do a bit of a plug here. If anyone is going to check out for my complete series of the Thomas the Tank Show, it is on my YouTube page. All the videos and episodes are already in the playlists, and I'll see you another time until Halloween Havoc is already finished. Bye.